President William Ruto aranjiraga jaine grimiti cia ungumania niguo egunewe mwene ni ngagituika wa gukirega na andu aingi rekeinde mwire. President William Ruto ni mundu muru muno na mwamona akimucerera kuria gicigo-ini kia Mount Kenya, kuona Ruto akoragwo na mothiu meri. Uthiu wa mbere ni aramuonia riria aratua kumucerera inyuita muingi, naguo uthiu wa keri kuona ni turikitie kurutithania wira nake akoragwo na uthiu wa ofisi na uria niguo muru muno. Wona uthiu ucio wa ofisi ukoragwo kiri uthiu uria ni uthiu wa ungumania ategwitigira Mukenya wa kawaida. Ici ni ti ciugo ciakwa, ende ni ciugo kuma kanua-ini ka minister wa hau gabere Justin Biden Muturi guku hakianikania President William Ruto uru kuri muingi wa Kenya. Ende ni itanakorwo ngikuonia uria President William Ruto arikitie kwanikwo uyu utumite aka kana utumite kana utigite a Kenya aingi mari amaku thutha wao kuona ni mama tioi president wao akoragwo thutha wa hama. Yitekeria tu tafadhali gwihoe na gitio kinene muno makiria witikire gukorwo gi subscribe thini wa channel ino itu, na please ndugakorwo kiriganirwo gukorwo kihinyaga kengere niguo kamukagira mohoro kiri wa mbere hindi ciothe ria twakorwo tugikumenyithia maria marathie na mbere gukorwo makihanika kana ona hihi gukorwo magikunuka guku thiini wa bururi uyu witu wa Kenya. Thutha wa mutongoria President William Ruto gwiciria ati afuta wira uria urakire minister wake Justin Biden Muturi, ati Muturi ni egutiga kuhura thirikari yake, na makiria uguo Muturi ni egukorwo akimutiganiria na njira nene na ndegukorwo akihithuria ndeto ciake ciria cimuingigie thiini wa muingi. Riu mundu ugwitwo President William Ruto agitwarithia maundu ma thirikari eno metire thirikari ya broad based government na njira njuru. Justin Muturi atekumaka kana kugwa gwa thiku nini kuma afutwo wira ni arikitie wa gutuika wa kumakia a Kenya thutha wa kuruta ndeto cia magigi cia kumakia a Kenya kuriha President William Ruto ariwe wa mbere. Ruto kurio ni kurio gwake we angikikorwo akiuga tucoke wathani-ini ta uria wakire kuo wa mutigaire mundu ugwitwo President Moi, haria president athuragwo ni a Kenya andu hakwehera gituru-ini kia wathani thutha wa miaka 5. Ruto angienda gutuika wa gwathana miaka mingi ta uria Moi atuikire wa gwathana. Niguku tuciugo ciake cia mundu ugwitwo Justin Muturi kiugo gwa kiugo akihura kana ategwitigira kuria ategwitigira gukorwo akihura mundu ugwitwo President William Ruto agikorwo akiugo ngikuot: Ruto is a person with two personalities. The William Ruto that presents himself to the public is a completely different character from the one that sits in the office and crafts stuff. I think that kind of a person is dangerous character. I think Ruto is unfit for the position of President of Kenya. He is irredeemably corrupt. Ni ciugo cia mundu ugwitwo Justin Muturi uria urakiri waziri thiini wa thirikari ino ya mundu ugwitwo Mugatheti President William Ruto no aragikorwo agitigithio wira. Justin Muturi agathie na mbere kwanikania mundu ugwitwo Ruto na njira njuru muno haria erite a Kenya ati mabatie matuike agwitikira kana matuike agwitigira mundu ugwitwo President William Ruto, kuona Ruto akoragwo na mothiu meri na mothiu macio meri amonanagia kuringana na kirindi uria gikiri. Na nie ni ngukorwo ngikuot miario yake o ringi uria erite a Kenya agikorwo akiuga ngikuot o ringi: Ruto is a person with two personalities. The William Ruto that presents himself to the public is a completely different character from the one that sits in the office and crafts stuff. I think that kind of a person is dangerous character. I think Ruto is unfit for the position of President of Republic of Kenya. He is irredeemably corrupt. Ni ciugo cia mundu ugwitwo waziri uria urakiriho Justin Muturi. Kuringana na woni wake we eta Justin Muturi arera mundu ugwitwo mwananchi wa kawaida ni arikite kuona ati Ruto ndabatie gutuika president wa Kenya ona hanini, kuona ni mundu mungumania na uria a Kenya makimuonaga. Justin Muturi akienda kuonia a Kenya ati President William Ruto ni mungumania, akarikia ni arikitie kuheana muhiano wa uria eragwo ni President William Ruto kuria Dubai etikire wa gutuika wa gusign deal iria yakirihia mamilioni ma mbeca, deal na iria we ndathomete agikorwo akimenya uria iragikorwo ikiuga, na makiria ma uguo ati a Kenya matiekendagwo makorwo makimemenya uria Muturi ahithuritie na akorwo akiuga ni gukorwo ngimuquote o ringi uria agikorirwo akiandika. I was invited to go to the COP28 in Dubai, which ended up in the Adani deal about the airport. During that time, some Russian oligarchs wanted to invest shillings 129 billion in Kenya. I landed in Dubai and received a phone call from Ruto, who told me that the Russians were waiting at the airport and I needed to sign the documents. I declined, saying I needed to review the document in the office. Ninde toto gukorwo tukirumanira nayo ino ya mundu ogwitwo Justin Muturi. Justin Muturi akiukorwo akiuga ndiri iyo mahetwo yari ya Adani uria wendaga kiharo kinene kia Jomo Kenyatta, na Muturi aikorwo akiruta maoni make. Muturi agathie na mbere akauga hindi iyo itanga cia Russia ciendaga kuinvest kiharo-ini kia gitu kia ndege kia JKIA ciringi ingi na ingi bilioni 129. Akauga I landed in Dubai and a phone call from President William Ruto, who told me that the Russians were waiting at the airport and needed to sign the document. Justin Muturi akauga we kiharo-ini kia ndege President William Ruto we mwene ni amuhurire thimu na akimwira ati Russians mamwetereire kiharo-ini kia ndege niguo atuike wa gusaini agreement ya Adani guka kiharo-ini kia JKIA. Akenya mwena wa comment section makorwo makiandika na maikorwo makiruta maoni mao. Haria ta uyu akorirwo akiuga Akaitaria Sansora, our leaders are leaping their sweat. You made him the president so that others can cry like Mohoro and the Bondos. I like it when we cry together for serious 10 years. Continue reaping your sweat. And Victor Vats, akawa Ruto is the best president. And Modogo to Kolni Karabai, akawa it's only in Kenya where people are employed by a corrupt government, refuse to resign, but continue siphoning huge amounts from the government, criticizes the government is serving to attract seeking for sympathy from voters for their future endeavors. Muturi is just bitter for losing his job. We wish him quick recovery. Na oge aikorwa kiita Gabriel Wafula aikorwa kiugo, how can people trust his statement at this hour? He has been there seeing him corrupt and he never talked. His character is questionable. Indeed, when after leaving the executive circle, he asked the savior and the truth meter in a prorin Kunguru akaga, why didn't you tell us when you were campaigning for him and convincing us to vote for him? What has changed? Please, Kenyans are tired with this shenanigans. And Namodogo to Ouma Brian akaga, it's very dangerous to be right when this regime is wrong. And as Abron Gare, this is not the correct platform for hoodwinking. You should head straight to EACC when come straight and point out corrupt Ruto. These otherwise we risk taking his sentiments for granted. And Mwarimu RN akaga, Ruto is actually the best president. Give him time to deliver. And Meshak Okech akaga, it's a high time Kenyans to realize that politicians are after their selfish gains. When he was in the cabinet, he was quiet, and by then Ruto was an angel, but now Ruto is bad because he was relieved his duties. Kenya should realize that our common enemy, politician, not our tribes. And Namuya Burako, exactly what Uhuru Kenyatta told us before the election, now making a lot of sense. And Amodo Ogoto Zado Kahesloa, Uhuru Kenyatta told you that earlier, but your selfish agenda guided you into supporting and serving in this government. What else can you tell Kenyans to believe that you know yourself? Na James Kaswaka, your fellow Willebo, Mount Kenya citizen, bloodily and emotionally voted for him, claiming God has chosen him for presidencies. Kona spiritual brainness na kubebwa akili. Shut up and go home. Ruto for 10 years. I vote. And Amodogo to Samiki Prop. You're not talking against him while out, and you are the one who made him king. Please remove him from power through constitutional democracy. And now Wilson Murioki Kafea Aikorokogo, as a seasoned politician, lawyer, and distinguished elder former custodian of legal doc, Muturi should prepare a foolproof dossier and initiate case of crime, inhumanity at Hague. When you start a duo, let it be Harita Ogeha Kekorwa Kiugo is not an example but a student of the Moi ills in the country, a time when manufacturing industries and agriculture fell into its knees, and Evans keep Moi. Moi was better, he was a good listener. Kasongo only listened to himself, he even advises his advisors on how to advise him. And Amodo Oweto Akwenda Sam Kekorwa Kiugo, were you aware that he observed the constitution when you were campaigning for him to be president? And Aroba Mojomori akawa, this constitution is too expensive for a growing country like Kenya. Imagine kuna governors, deputy governors, senators, women rep, and these people are being paid through taxpayers' money. It wasn't necessary at all. And Amodoge Oweto Pauline Kungoro akawa, now he is, yet when you were campaigning for him, you used to tell us Uhuru was bad. It's you who is bad. Na Robert Rono akawa, why serve his government in the first place and you refuse to resign? Huko kwa mwagi wa Mohoro ni Ngongoyo na gitio kinene, witikire gukorwo gi subscribe thini wacha neno itu ndukarigane gukorwo kihinyaga notification bell nigo gaikoragwo wa mbere gukorwo kimenya maria maraikorwo magikunuka na gukorwo makihandika thini wa bũrũri ũyũ witũ wa Kenya.